Good morning, everyone. How are you doing this Wednesday in February? It's still very cold up here in Utah. I hope you're in a warmer place. Even though I kind of like going out in the mornings and I stand out on my porch in the dark. I get up at 4 and I just enjoy the cold. I kind of say a prayer out there that is really nice. And then I come in, calibrate, work out, have some coffee, and do some meditation. And then I come and say hi to you guys every morning. Almost. So what is the topic today? You've already seen it because it's in the title. It's the 25th most anticipated board game for 2022. It is Scarface, 1920. We're going to go to Chicago, aren't we? Here's an interesting thing about this. I want to stop and say something first. When I started this series, I originally wanted to do a video kind of like people are doing, like, the top 10 games that they're anticipating for 2022. And when I started to think about that, I thought, okay. And then I started putting the list together and I was like, uh-oh, I got way more than 10, right? And then I got 25 so far and we're not done. So while some of these were kickstarted in 2020, right? It's like almost 2 years coming together. Of these 25, so far, I think we're going to get them all. There was one that was coming in December, so that'll probably be late. But wow, I did more Kickstarters and pre-orders than I thought. So thank you for coming along on this wonderful ride. Today's topic, what? Chicago. So I'm going to show you a little bit here. Scarface 1920. We're going to have a little conversation this morning, you and me. And I'm going to read a little bit of this with you because this is the kind of thing that atmosphere. You know that I'm not like some people. They get that rule book and they look at the whole how it plays, every specific thing before they decide. This is not the way I do it. Total transparency. I simply feel it out. If it looks cool, it looks cool. Now there's a couple games. I think there was a game recently that I turned out. The atmosphere was so cool, and then I found out it was like a tile laying game. And that kind of turned me off on that. I was like, oh, I did the Carcassonne thing, right? I've done my days in the Carcassonne world. I don't want to lay tiles anymore. It's obviously possible to lay tiles in a better way, but Carcassonne, I burned out so much on that game. Whoa. Anyways, here we are. Feel the vibe here. Chicago in the roaring 20s, prohibition has made liquor business illegal, and now criminal gangs operate in the underworld to try and take control of the city. Blood, influence, power, and money add up to a dangerous mix on the streets. In Scarface 1920, you will lead a gang of mobsters aiming to rule Chicago during the dry era, 1920 to 33. To succeed, you will have to rule every inch of gangland, expand your racketeering, run bootlegging operations, bribe the city officials, and make sure the coppers are on your side. I'm having fun, right? You can tell. You can tell that this is a fun game for me. So mechanically, it says it blends worker placement and deck building, right? Which is something we've seen recently a lot, right? There's people, Dune Imperium did it and Ruins of Arnak, so people are really excited about that. One thing that Ruins of Arnak did that I really liked was that when you bought your cards to put into your deck, there were two different types. One of the cards you could use immediately. That is such a great mechanic. I don't know if they're going to do that here, but I hate when you buy the card and it goes into the deck, you shuffle it, and then you don't see it for 2 or 3 turns. I think that's the weakness of deck builders. What do they call it? Deck building mechanics. And I thought that I am having a moment here. Ruins of Arnak was a really good new mechanic to deal with that. The other mechanic was the other side of the cards. You put them at the bottom of the deck, and so then the other ones you shuffled and also put under the bottom. And so that one was going to come up early. So some you could use immediately, and others were going to come up earlier. I thought those were really good mechanics, and I hope this game has something like that. Okay. So that looks pretty cool. Let's go over to the Kickstarter face, and we'll just watch this a little bit because this is a good video.
To Chicago, famous for its propensity to fires. Morales, the
see if I can make this bigger.
And for the holiest state in the USA, the inventor of the hot dog. Oh, and for this,
Gang War.
That year, politicians in Washington, D.C. banned the sale and distilling of alcohol in every state.
Okay. if you haven't got a chance to go to their Kickstarter page, it's still there. Go watch this video. It's just so well done. I just had so much fun watching it. Now, let me tell you, did I back this? After all that, no, I didn't. No, I watched it. I was thinking about it, but I didn't. Now, I can't really remember why I didn't. It might have had something to do with budgetary reasons. There were other things I was getting. But later on, they had some emails or something. I was on a list of theirs, and they said, hey, you can kind of come in the back door through BackerKit. And that's what I did. And so as of right now, this being February 9th, it says you can still pre-order it. So if this video is something like you're thinking about it, come and get it. It also says order now, last 24 hours. So not sure about that. So that's how I did it. I came in, I got the King of Chicago pledge. I haven't paid for shipping yet, so I don't know when they're going to do that. I have been watching the update. There's my BackerKit thing, and here. Let's see. What did I want to do? It's due June 27, 2022. I've been reading the updates. If you go up here, you can read the updates. The newest one had to scroll through about 50 pages, but I finally got to a person, someone saying, hey, guys, when is it coming out? Summer? And they're all like, yeah, we're working real hard to keep it to that date, but we'll see, which means it's not going to be that date. One thing I would love if these guys do is be a lot more transparent. Some companies out there, and I'm really pleased with them, they just, every step of the way, they tell you, well, right now we know it's probably going to be delayed a month. Now it's going to be delayed 2 months. I mean, or it's going to be early. I know that what's going on because I'm a psychologist and a counselor, and I've worked in these fields with human development for a long time. I know that they just don't want to deliver bad news to you, right? So the transparency leaks and goes flat, and you see it with everyone. They just don't want to come out and say, yeah, we said June, it's not going to be June. And then if it gets really delayed, it's going to be December. Oh, they feel bad. They feel internal pressure, and they just don't want to share it, which is a mistake. It's an absolute mistake. It's intellectually dishonest, and it's heart dishonest. What they need to do is come right out and say, this is where we're at. We think we're going to hold it. We think we're going to hold it. Now it's looking like we're not going to hold it. Take full responsibility, and be absolutely clear with your people. So I was pretty disappointed that I read through this stop everything, you have to see this thing. And the only way, these trays, by the way, look great, but you had to read between the lines. And then, I would just scroll. They answer almost everything, but every question I had to scroll, I had to load more. And I finally got this vague answer because someone answered it. Every company out there, Redzen and everyone else, just be totally transparent and straight up with where the shipping is. Like that's the key. That's your number one thing. It's fun to show the trays. It's fun to show everything. Every single update we start with production update. This is where we are on schedule. This is just where we are. Just this open straightforwardness. If you do that and then you deliver, you're just going to build a community of people that support your games. They'll end up buying your games and your Kickstarters regardless of what the game is. They'll just start becoming so loyal. And if you're late and you're just straightforward with them, that same loyalty is going to build. So everyone, I know I'm on my soapbox here. I do that a lot, but to the world, let's be transparent. Let's be transparent. So is there anything I can be transparent? Sometimes it's time for me to be transparent. There probably is, but right now, if you don't know that this channel is new, we're at 70 subscribers. Wow, that's just like really new, but I've made a lot of new friends. I'm retired-ish. I still do my coaching, life coaching and intimacy coaching, and which is marriage counseling, basically help people get along in their marriages. But I've slowed that down, and so I've had this idea to share with the world this beautiful curiosity and passion I have for gaming, and to share it out into the world in a way that's different, right? Like I can give you information. You can in fact go get all this information by yourself, right? In the end, what you're really, really gonna get from me is me. like this conversation. I was like, I want to go spend some time with Jason, right? And I want to spend some time with you. And so that's the summary of really what we're doing here. So Scarface 1920, due in June. Somewhere in there. Oh yeah, let's go over there and show that one more time. Due in June, and the way they said it, I am pretty sure it's not coming in June. It was vague. Vagueness. Not good. Don't like vagueness. Let's be clear. Let's be open. Let's be honest. Okay, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video just on the surface. If you're thinking about getting Scarface, I'm going to put this up today. So this morning, it'll be up in an hour. Go try that pre-order because it's alive, but there also is this order 24 hours says it'll be closed. So I don't know how long that's been there, if that's really, the case. And here's a question for you, and if Redzin is watching or anyone else knows, this isn't called a pre-order, right? Which, is it different than a pledge manager? Is it different from backing it? It's still on BackerKit, and why I say that is because back here in their updates, back here in the updates, let's see, I can show you this. Yeah, we've reached the end, the last 24 hours of the pledge manager, right? December 26th. So how did I access it in January? Not sure. Hey, if you want the game, go get it now. And, I was able to get the big one, the big King of Chicago. I didn't go for the all-in, the extra, but this looks like it has everything I want in it. So if you are interested in this game, definitely go get it right now if you can. If not, you can get it on the aftermarket. And hey, if you got some comments, I say this to everybody. I love talking with people on the YouTube comments. I actually don't just say, hey, I just don't go, great, great, great. I talk with people. And so I get a lot of big comments, people typing huge paragraphs about what they have backed, why they've backed it, what they're thinking. And so I totally invite you to come onto my page, onto my world, and come into the comments and say hi, and let's start a conversation. That's the best part of this whole thing, right? I am not a solo gamer. I am a people gamer, and so that's the way I am. Also, one other thing you'll notice if you're new to this channel is that I like to encourage health. The game warrior. You're my game warrior. I'm a game warrior, but we're the warriors together. And so I hope you worked out this morning. I hope you got up. I hope you're focused. I hope you're in alignment with your deepest authentic self. And I know without a doubt that includes being healthy, and a healthy gamer is a happy gamer. So I will talk to you later. We will have another most anticipated game tomorrow. Number 26 will be tomorrow. And I don't know what that is. Otherwise, I'd lay some cute little hint. It's on the calendar, but I just don't remember. Okay, everybody, until tomorrow or another video later on, I have some other ideas of talking about certain different things. Until then, I'll see you later.